Hey everybody, it's Crystal from the Crafty Crystal store. Just jumping on here to do a quick video on our 4-foot porch bunny that we have. We're going to be having an event coming up in March, as well as some DIY kits available online through our website. So what you will get with the DIY kit is a 4-foot bunny, the bunny nose. You'll get a bunch of sponge brushes and a paintbrush set, as well as brown paint, pink paint, white paint, and a bunch of ribbons, okay? The only thing you will need from home to do this is a hot glue gun and something to put your paint in, so whether it's a paper plate or a paint tray, and a pair of scissors, and then you're all set, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is grab our white paint. Okay, now if you want to paint your bunny different colors, you don't have to do what I'm doing, guys, okay? You do whatever you want. So what I do is I literally paint this as quick as I can, okay? I'm going for the rustic look, so it does not have to be perfect. Hi, Courtney. Just give me a quick hi, guys, when you jump on here. We've got Courtney joining us from D.I.Y Sweets, and she makes the most amazing sweets, okay? So if anybody needs a cake or cupcakes or anything like that, you got to visit D.I.Y Sweets. She's located in downtown Elmira. So what is everybody up to this evening? Sue, I missed your call last night. Guys, Sue is my mother-in-law, and we're always bugging her saying that she is my insider and she needs to give me all of these craft ideas to go live with, because we're always looking for new stuff to do. So last night we called her and we said that she had 20 minutes to call me back with an idea. So guys, when you're using acrylic paint, if you put it on really, really lightly, it dries really fast, okay? I know last year we did the 2.5-foot rustic pallet bunnies. So they stood up on a little platform, and they were put together with a bunch of different pallets, and everybody got to paint those and decorate them. I can post some of those pictures later on tonight, just giving everybody a bit of an idea of different designs you can do. Okay guys, so I'm going to go back and paint the sides later because I don't want to bore you with that, okay? So the idea that I had was a white base, and then I'm going to lightly streak on brown and pink paint, okay? So I'm going to use a clean paintbrush for every color that I use. When I do the brown, I want to go on really, really light, okay? So I'm going to streak off a lot of my paint because I don't want a lot on there. Okay, so I'm just going to go really, really light so that it looks like the wood, okay? And if it goes on too heavy, you can go back and sand it off with some sandpaper that's in your kit as well. You can go back over it with white until you've got it exactly how you want it, okay? Guys, this is a new craft, so your guesses is just as good as mine as to how this is going to turn out. So my intention of doing the ears a bit darker with the brown is because I want to put a lot of pink inside the inner part of the ear. Okay, so we're going to grab a clean plate here. The pink paint that I have is a little darker than what I want, so I'm going to put some white and some pink, and I'm going to mix it up so that I have a lighter color pink. And just give it a stir. Guys, when it comes to blending with all your different colors, they don't have to be perfect, right? Mine certainly is not. So I can let that dry and go back over it with white or a bit more brown or whatever I want, right? That's the thing about painting, is you can always let it dry and you can always go back over it, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go back and add a bunch of white. I am not big on pink, so I want it just to be very light, okay? So take your white, brush off a bunch so you're not putting it on too thick. And just blend it together and go over it a bit. Okay guys, so we roughly have what I want here. Like I said, I'll go back and paint around the edges later. So if I was doing this on my own and had more time, I would take my time and let it dry fully, okay? As you can see, it does dry pretty fast because I'm not getting any of that on my hands, okay? So you're gonna grab your glue gun, let that warm up. Okay, right now we're gonna paint our nose. So I want my nose to be more pink. For all of our workshops at the store here, you're not limited to what you're allowed to use for craft materials, okay? The girls know that whenever they come in here, if they see something on the shelf that they think they can use towards their craft, they're welcome to help themselves, okay? So some of the things that you could use in store for the bunny's whiskers, for example, is you could use pipe cleaners, you could use paint markers, or you can use a paintbrush and draw it on, okay? For the eyes, again, you can draw it on, paint it on, or you could use googly eyes or buttons or whatever you want, okay? So once we let that fully dry, we're gonna put the nose on. I'm gonna cheat today and I'm gonna use a paint marker to make it a little bit faster. Okay, if you guys wanted to as well, you're gonna have sandpaper in your kit or at the store. So if you wanted it to be more rustic, you're just gonna take a sanding sponge and your sandpaper, and you're gonna just sand it a bit, okay? And again, this is gonna make it look more rustic. Okay, but again, wait until that's fully dry, go back and do that, and you can keep adding paint into the areas that you want to add as well, okay? So you're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of his nose. Put the nose wherever you want it. Okay. And then you can take your paintbrush or your marker. Today we're going to take our marker and we're going to just draw little tiny button eyes. With paint markers, you have to almost give them a couple coats because they never go on as dark as you want, okay? So you could even use the paint marker just to kind of give you that outline and then go back with the paint and draw it in with the paintbrush so that you get it a bit darker, okay? So you just have little tiny eyes. If you wanted to add the whiskers in with the marker, again, you see how you're not getting that crisp line? So I would go back with the paintbrush and make it darker, okay? So you can put as many whiskers on as you want. Okay, so I'm going to go back over that with a paintbrush later because it's not as dark as I want. Okay, and then in your kit or at the store, you'll have several options for your ribbon. So you can choose whatever you want. If you want it to be more Easter colors or more masculine or feminine, you can choose whatever you want. I think what I'm going to do today is I don't want to do an actual bow on him. But I do want him to have kind of a thicker ribbon underneath. So I figured white would look cute. So this ribbon here has the wire in it, so it's a lot thicker. So I wanted to put the thick white ribbon underneath, and it's got some kind of fox fur on top of it. And then I wanted him to kind of be more masculine. So I've got this buffalo plaid ribbon that I'm just going to tie over top, okay? Now I'm not making a bow, I'm not making it fancy. Just plain, okay? So if you wanted to make your bow or your ribbon cut a bit more fancy, you could cut the ends. And I wanted one to be shorter and one longer. And there you go, guys. You have this cute little bunny that you can lean on your porch out for Easter. Okay, so you could leave it out in March and part of April, and it just looks cute. Okay, so I will post a picture of this guy later. Okay, if you haven't liked our Facebook page or our YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe, okay, and share this video. Hope everybody has a great evening, and we will see you all tomorrow.